What is an anion? Anions are definitely negatively charged particle. Negatively charged particle of a single element only. In that case, we are talking about a simple anion like chloride or bromide or iodide or whatsoever, right? So, but of course, this definition does not include ions like carbonates, which are called the complex anions. It's a positively charged particle. Of course, positively charged particles, we would call them as cations, not anions. Therefore, option B and option D are incorrect because both of them are talking about positively charged particles, and therefore the answer is either A or C. It is a negatively charged particle. So, if an element or a complex molecule gains electrons and become negatively charged, we would call them as anions. So examples of anions would be simple anion is a chloride ion. Okay, it's only a chlorine atom which has gained an electron to become Cl minus, right? Or hydroxide ion. This is an example of a complex anion. Okay, it's made up of oxygen and hydrogen, and the whole molecule has has gained an electron to become OH minus. Hence, it is also another example of an anion. Or you can have an oxide ion, okay, which has gained 2 electrons, okay, in order to become O2 minus, and this is also another example of an anion. Or you can have a complex anion like nitrate ion, which is NO3, 1 nitrogen bonded to 3 oxygen atoms, and it carries a residual charge of -1. Carbonate ion is another example of a complex ion, complex anion actually, right? Or you can have sulfide ion, okay, so sulfur atom which has gained 2 electron to become negatively charged is called S2 minus, so which is also another example of an anion. Or you can have sulfate ion. Sulfate ion is a complex ion, 1 sulfur atom bonded to 4 oxygen atoms to form sulfate, and of course this has gained 2 electrons. It carries a charge of -2. So it is also another example of an anion. And also we can have a sulfide ion with a 1 sulfur atom bonded with 3 oxygen atoms and carrying a net charge of 2 minus. So all these are examples of anions, and of course anions can be further divided into either being simple, where it is just made up of only one element, or it could be complex like carbonates, sulfates, sulfides, nitrates and hydroxides. Okay, so the answer for this question is, it is a negatively charged particle, is an anion.